welcome to the back seat of my truck. So Mike grabbed this wing from Mojo's before he went to California, and I swung by his house to grab it so that we could have it for class this weekend. And well, we didn't have class. Let's see what we got in here. I know it's a gin. I think it's a Vantage 4. I don't think it's a Vantage. Let's see what we got here. I gotta remember how we got it out so we can put it back in the same way. Oh wow. Student must have packed it back up after they were done. One thing I love about this wing, how simple these risers are. You got trim, no tip steer, just brake. This is the Vantage 3s. Already I can tell, super light fabric. It's got the shark nose inlets right here. That's these. We're gonna try to do a proper review of this wing and give you my thoughts, impressions, first impressions, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, which I can already tell you I'm gonna love the inflation because it is like a napkin. So all you beginner pilots out here, super simple design. If you don't know what you're looking at, we'll go through it. You got your A's, you got 2 here, those are your top lines. Your B's, those are the blue lines. Then you got your C's, which are these guys. And this wing has D's, which are right here. And actually, the outside A's or the stabilo line. And then of course you got your brakes right here. Super simple. Trim range and then speed bar hookup. A little bit overweighted on this wing. It is a 24 meter. I probably need like a 26 meter because I'm heavier, but it will be fine. All that means is that, well, I'm heavier on it and it'll be weighted down just a little bit more with my weight, the body weight. I cannot trike fly this wing, but I can foot launch it. All right, A's are a little short, I will say that. All right, here we go. Super light inflation. It took us no time to get up to altitude so we could make this cross over the trees. What a beautiful morning. Alright, first impressions is it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick for a beginner wing. Still trimmed in, of course. And I'm impressed by how lifty it is compared to my other wings. It's, I guess, the lighter fabric maybe has less drag, so it gives you more lift. I don't really know. No oscillation, I don't think. Let's see if it flies straight and level. Alright, we got a little bit of an oscillation. Let's dampen it out. Let's see if it starts up on its own. We're getting a little bit of oscillation. Yeah, it's starting just a little bit. But honestly, it's not anything I would really complain about. It wants to if I go hands off. It kind of wants to oscillate, but it's not really doing it. Also, the wind's probably pushing us a little bit. As far as the way that it responds, you got to pull a ton of brake because it doesn't have any tip steer, which is good for a beginner wing. Let's see if it corrects itself from a tip to the horizon. Going hands up. It seems to be flattening out pretty good with no pilot input. Yeah, it seems to be leveling out pretty good now. That was no pilot input. Let's do it one more time. Tip down. There's the horizon, hands up. And let's just see what she does. It seems to be leveling off pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, so you see how it's leveling out, no pilot input whatsoever. What a beautiful morning. Looks like the sun's getting ready to go behind the clouds there. Incredible. Let's see how responsive it is, and then we'll do some speed tests. it's hard to keep pressure with the toggles how they are, but so far so good. I'm not gonna get down and dirty on it because this is not my wing, but responsive enough for a beginner. And dampen it out and let her fly. All right, so the trim, since we only have brakes, we can use the brakes as we trim out. There's our full speed, which is pretty quick. We should probably get a speed check. Right now, currently we're doing 16 miles an hour. So let's try it trimmed out. So it increased to 21 miles an hour. Not a huge difference, but still better than nothing. We'll have to do the same test downwind here. Getting a respectable 36 miles an hour, 38. Miles an hour trimmed out. Not bad, not bad. It's hard to trim in, I will say, similar to the Falcon. That's kind of annoying. It doesn't have rollers like the I think the Vantage 4 might have rollers because the Falcon 2 has rollers, but we're trimmed back in. Nothing too crazy. And now downwind, we're still doing pretty good. 34 miles an hour, so we didn't lose too much. 35, 36. So not a huge difference in speed, but I believe we should be able to go on full speed, both trimmed in or trimmed out. But I don't have it adjusted for this wing. Most people don't fly with speed bar anyway. I don't know how to grab this toggle with the throttle in because I want to grab it up here. Sometimes the simpler wings are the better ones, you know, how simple the risers are and how easy it is to fly, not having to worry about tip steer and trim and all that. I mean, you can fly it with the trim, but you know, we're trimmed in right now and I'm having a good time. We're not flying as fast as we would trimmed out, but you know, we don't need to all the time. Fast isn't everything. Sometimes slower is better. You get to take in the view and, you know, enjoy the scenery more than, you know, ripping it. Let's see how it does down low, and then I think that'll conclude our review. Other than speed bar, which again I said I don't have it adjusted for this wing, or mine for that matter, but it does have a pretty nice glide to it. Like, it's taking us a little bit longer than I expected to get down to the ground here. So far, I'm liking the wing. I'm fully impressed by it. Like I said, I think I flew the Vantage 2. I can't remember which one I flew, but we'll go back and figure it out. And I'll put it right there or somewhere where you can see it. It's got a nice glide ratio, you know. Nice and steady and slow. And I think it's got enough punch, you know, we can climb out of here. That's like half power right there. Enough lift to get you out of situations if you needed to. Alright, let's see how far we can glide with just this amount of power. I think the glide ratio is really good on it. I think we can make it all the way back from here. Not sure what that distance is, but we can rough it. I don't think we're quite gonna make it. I think we're gonna have to give it a little bit of throttle maybe. It's gonna be close. Little blips of the throttle to make sure our engine don't die. Yeah, I'm impressed by this wing so far. I really think it's a good wing. I think we're gonna make it all the way back, honestly. Just a nice long glide ratio, even with my fat butt on it. Yeah, based on my wings, I don't think we would have made that. Ooh, the glass is slippery. I'll keep it out of that anthill. All right, well, Vantage 3, I dig it. It's a great wing. I highly would suggest it to a newer pilot, a beginner. Sometimes this is the simple things, and I like simple and easy. These risers are killer. Just how easy this is to deal with. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will try to review more wings as I get the chance to fly them. And yeah, hope you enjoy. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See ya.